Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new, please subscribe, like, comment. Okay, so today I actually have the house to myself, which is really rare because I am a stay-at-home mommy to a 3-year-old daughter. So usually I always have her with me, so it's hard to make certain videos. So today I wanted to do a video that I wouldn't be able to do with her, and that is a story time. I would have done a story time slash mukbang, whatever, but this is kind of a last minute thing where I have the house to myself, so I decided I would just do this, and it'll be a short but sweet story time video. So the video is, or the story time is, about my crazy ex and his crazy ex. Like, you think you got it bad when you have a crazy ex in your life or in the past? No. It's worse when there's motorcycles going past. You think it's bad when there's a crazy ex that you have? No, it's worse when you have a crazy ex plus his crazy ex in the midst of it all. So anyway, in the past, 5.5 years ago, I met this guy online, which is not always a good thing to do. I mean, if you do it, you should always meet the person in a public place, and it's better to meet them with a friend. But anyway, so we meet, we hang out, and we start getting really close. And I thought the guy was a nice guy. Like, he seemed really sweet. He was constantly doing little nice things for me, and I don't know, it just seemed like everything was going great. Well, next thing I know, I get his crazy ex-girlfriend on Facebook, on my Facebook, writing me, telling me that apparently they're still together, or that they've at least been fooling around, and that I need to just leave him, and he's a dog, he's this, he's that. So, I mean, me being the person I was back then, we got into a big argument. Like, I was just like, I don't know who you think you are. You know, even if you are his ex, that doesn't give you a right to be doing anything with him anymore if you know that he has somebody new. And then telling her, like, how stupid do you sound that you're saying that he's a dog, he's this, but then you're fooling around with him. Like, so I didn't know exactly what to think because me and him were only dating for, I'd say, a month or two. So it was just like, okay, like, what the heck? Like, is this really happening right now? Like, I've never dealt with anything like this before. I was freaking 19, so it was just like, what? And so anyway, I confront him about it. I tell him, like, look, this girl is messaging me, telling me all this stuff about you, saying that you two are still doing stuff, saying this, saying that. And he proceeds to tell me that she is lying, that nothing she said was true, that she is just trying to start stuff because they broke up, and that she's crazy, that she has a new boyfriend, that the boyfriend that she's with now, she actually cheated on him with, and then left him for that guy. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, well, I mean, maybe he's telling the truth. Like, you know, I don't know her, I know him. I'm dating him, I'm not dating her. So, I mean, I wasn't really sure. I was still kind of like, this is so sketchy, but at the same time, like, I didn't know, so I kind of just took his word for it. Well, fast forward a couple months, like, not unfortunately, because it's never, in my opinion, it is never a bad thing, a pregnancy. Like, in my mind, a pregnancy is always a blessing, even if it is not planned. And that's what happened. Me and him were not being careful, and I got pregnant. Well, she found out, and she was so mad. I don't know how she found out because me and her were not Facebook friends. Me and him and her were not Facebook friends, like nothing like that. Well, somehow she found out and she just starts messaging me like saying all this crazy stuff like that apparently she was pregnant too and but she lost the baby and like they were trying to have a baby but then they broke up and just fighting with me and saying crazy stuff to me and it's just like you guys are not together anymore. I hadn't heard from you in quite a while. Like you need to just leave me alone. Like I don't want nothing to do with you. He doesn't want nothing to do with you. Leave us alone. So, unfortunately, I lost the baby like a week later after I found out. So like it was only a week of not even only a week. Within only a couple days, somehow this girl found out that I was pregnant and she was stalking me like in harassing me. So she found out that I lost a baby and then she changed like her tune and was trying to say she was so sorry and when the timing's right we will have a baby and how she thinks we would be good parents and it's just like you were just sitting there fighting with me because I was pregnant and trying to say how y'all were going to have a baby at one point, but you lost the baby and just being crazy and then turn around and apologize that that I lost the baby and just all kinds of crazy stuff. It was just like this girl was crazy. Well, next thing I know, like we had broke up because we were that took a toll on our relationship and like only being together so long I realized like he wasn't the guy that I wanted to be with. I mean he wasn't a horrible guy or so I thought, but it was just not something wasn't there that was clicking and it had nothing to even do with her or anybody. It was just we didn't click. Like I was looking for somebody else and I think he deep down needed to be with somebody else. So we break up for a little bit and I start talking to this guy. Like he just randomly out of the blue messages me and I'm not a mean person. I wasn't necessarily looking for somebody to be with, and like he starts talking to me, telling me how beautiful I am, telling me that we should hang out, this and that, and like coming on pretty strong. But me being nice and not trying to be rude and also being in a new state cuz I moved a year before meeting him, so I didn't know a lot of people. So I was like, okay, you know, maybe he's not so bad. Maybe we could end up being friends. Maybe at some point more. Who knows? Well, come to find out, that girl got him to message me and was trying to get me to like send him pictures, tell him that we will do stuff, like just all kinds of stuff. So when me and my ex got back together, she had that guy like harassing him, telling him that I was cheating on him, I was with this guy, I did this, I did that, sending him all of our messages, screenshotting them and everything. And it was so stupid because nothing that she tried to have him say was even true. Like, we had friendly conversations, yes, but he was the one that kept trying to initiate pictures and telling me how beautiful I am, telling me that we need to hang out, telling me that, like, as time went on, telling me that we should do stuff. And it's just like, I haven't even met you yet, and you're trying to tell me that you want this, you want that, like telling me he wants a family, all this crazy stuff, and it's just like then I stopped talking to him. So like because it got to be like, whoa, like this is too much for me. I'm no. So that ended up causing us to have a fight because she tried to make it seem like it was something when it wasn't. And we managed to get past that. But like I said, because of us just not clicking and some people just aren't meant to be together, it got to be that point. Well, I mean, we felt like things. I mean, I don't know how he felt, but on my end, that's how I felt. But I still tried to be with him for a while because I thought he was genuinely a good guy. And I guess it wasn't true because come to find out, like when we broke up, she was pregnant again and she was trying to say it was his baby. Well, or apparently it was the guy that she left him for, or it was his baby. And when she would have gotten pregnant, we were together. We were not on a break. Like this is after we got back together and she was trying to have that guy get us broke up again. And it's just like that all makes sense now because they were messing around and she found out that we got back together. So, of course, she's going to do something to get in the way of that. And it was just crazy because it's like you got this guy that you left him for, and now you're trying to make him and his relationship that he's in now because you want him too. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, you need to either be with him or be with that guy. Like, but she was just crazy. And like she had wrote me about that too. She was just like, "Oh, I'm going to have his baby and we're going to be together or and then it turn around, oh, I don't want him. You can have him. Like he just needs to be a dad to my kid." And it's just like she was just constantly saying all this crap and then changing her mind and saying this and then at the same time like being crazy and harassing me but then turning around and wanting to be my friend, like inviting me out to a club and all this stuff. And it's just like, no, I don't want to do that. Like you are my ex's ex because we had actually broke up and then she was writing me like asking me, do I want to hang out, do I want to go to a club. It's just